There is no Friday smackdown, that's for sure. Silver's price is surging dramatically, and I'm going to tell you exactly why this is happening and give you a big word of caution. You're not going to want to miss this as we explore. An exciting Friday, that's for sure, as silver is up 4% right now, moments before the markets close. It is up $1.48 to $38.54. And that's right scraping right at near the high of the day, which is $38.56. But there seems to be some resistance in this area. That's a massive move. That is definitely an explosion in price for one single day. And that's how I mark it, folks. If it's 2% or slightly above, it's a surge. If it's 4% in one day, that's an explosion or a skyrocketing price. And there's no doubt about it. Silver is on fire today. Now, the other precious metals are also celebrating for some of the same reason. Gold is up exactly 1% today, up $33.34 to $3,358.04. Platinum is also surging. It's up 2.95%, up $40 today to over $1,400 again. And palladium has done the best of all the metals. It has exploded in price, up 6.12%, up $70 today to $1,233. The only metal that has fallen today is rhodium. It only fell by $25. It's sitting at $6,000 right now. What an amazing day for all the precious metals. But we're focusing on silver now because, well, it is acting and rising as an industrial metal right now. Indeed it is. In fact, right now, silver has just scraped the high. It's up 4.05%, up $1.50 right now. It's crazy. Wow. So what's behind this? Well, there is a lot of ramblings or rumblings going on about what's going on in the exchange for physical markets, and that's been happening for days. It's kind of been building up. And Adrian Ash has put some of this together for us in an article here that discusses what's going on as we saw the price of silver surge in the London markets, bursting through $37 and then bursting through $38 per troy ounce to hit a 14-year high as U.S. President Trump's shock trade tariff on industrial metal copper spurred a scramble to import silver into the world's largest economy. Now think about this, folks. We have been here before. We saw the same thing happen leading up to the April announcement. And that is part of the word of warning I'm going to give to you. And remember, folks, that warning leads to a dip in price. That's right. And whenever that happens, it's good to shop around. Keep Summit Metals on your list of bullion dealers to check out to see what they have for you. And you're going to experience some great customer service with Summit Metals. So check out summitmetals.com. Now, gold prices we saw also rise, but for industrially useful silver and reflecting the fallout from Trump's 50% tariffs on copper, the gap between New York's most active COMEX contract and London's spot price bullion shot above 65 cents per troy ounce, an arbitrage situation there. More than 3 times its a level that we saw last week, and that arbitrage will suck bullion across the Atlantic. London's midday auction saw silver clear $37.50 per troy ounce, 1.7% above last Friday's fix, and the highest benchmark price since the 22nd of September, 2011. Now, 2011, it has us all giddy because we remember what happened in 2011. Yes, indeed. On April of that year, silver's price reached $50 a troy ounce. Does that mean we could go there again? No. That's a hard no on that one, folks. Not going to happen anytime soon. That was on its way from retouching its 1980 peak of $50 for silver in April 2011, a level reached on the way up just 5 weeks from its current prices, that it has many people salivating, excluding me. That's right. I'm not the one salivating for $50 silver, but you know what? That doesn't matter because I believe in silver, and I still think it's going to hit my revised number of $39 per troy ounce before the end of the year. But folks, we're much further away from that happening than you think. Unless some of this fear is going to continue to drive the markets, then I don't think we're going to see it hit much above that. The silver futures price has actually exceeded $39. It is sitting at $39.19 right now. So that's just about 81 cents shy of $40 per troy ounce. That's the futures price. That's part of that arbitrage we're talking about here. What an amazing move that we're seeing there in the futures. Now, following Friday's 12 noon auction, silver spot price trading in London saw the price of bullion vault through $38 per troy ounce, taking its weekly gain to 3.5% in dollar terms that we saw earlier in the day. The London market scrambled to borrow silver following two notable waves of silver EFP buying, that's exchange for physical. According to a note from London Bullion Clear, ICBC standard referring to exchange for physical contracts. They enable holders of U.S. futures contracts to switch into bullion and offer an arbitrage profit opportunity to banks and other dealers shipping metal out of the London into the U.S. shortage. That made silver unstoppable for today. There's no way they could have suppressed the price with this high-frequency trades or profit-taking. The search for fresh ounces is aggravated by the ongoing buying of ETFs. ICBCS goes on, which makes sourcing new supply more challenging. In other words, they're squeezing out the shorts, folks. That's right. A silver squeeze is underway right now, and it is pretty dramatic. Silver ETF holdings led by the iShares SLV have now grown for 9 weeks running, with June making the largest build to percentage terms since January 2021. We remember what happened then. That was the first time we had the short-lived silver squeeze that was started with social media. Reflecting this rush for silver in London, the short-term lease rates to borrow the metal in its largest and most central market have jumped from 1.7 to 5.3% per annum, the highest since the Trump White House announced its liberation trade tariffs on the 2nd of April, which in fact left precious metals exempt from import duty. The same situation we saw at the beginning of the year is happening again, says Bruce Akamuzu at the Japan Bullion Market Association. The transportation of metal from London to New York is rapidly becoming a reality due to concerns over tariffs. While COMEX gold stockpiles have now shrunk by almost a fifth from Liberation Day's record levels, silver stockpiles are little changed around April's all-time highs, holding close to 500 million ounces. That's equal to more than 7 months total of global silver mining output, enough to meet 2.4 years of all domestic U.S. demand for fabricated silver products. Like silver, platinum's borrowing costs jumped also on Friday, hence why its price jumped, and palladium's lease rates have also jumped, hitting the highest that so far this year, close to 2.7% per annum. And we know what's going on with copper, mainly in the futures market. And strangely enough, the spot price of copper really has not moved that much. In fact, it's been down. Last time I checked, it was actually down. It's crazy. So now, what does this mean, folks? And what is the warning that I alluded to earlier? Well, the warning is that this is all driven by fear. And once we find out that silver likely will not be part of the tariffs, in other words, Donald Trump already said that that precious metals would be exempt from them back in April. Why would he put a tariff on silver now? It really doesn't make sense for him to do that. And we're importing a lot of that stuff in from Mexico, and I think if he would have done that, it would have already occurred. So my guess is once they find out that no tariff is going to be imposed on silver, then I think we're going to see the metal start to be shipped back, just like it was done earlier after April. And that means the prices will come right back down again, and we could see a lot of profit taking big time, which could actually mean that we could revisit the $35 silver area, or maybe 36, maybe even the high 34s. But I think 34 is such a critical number. I've alluded to a video I posted about that earlier, actually now well over a month ago, maybe even more than that, how critical $34 silver is. If we can maintain above $34 silver, we're still doing pretty good with silver. Now, my warning is that I think this is going to be temporary, and we're going to see a sell-off probably fairly soon once they figure out that Trump's not going to put tariffs on silver. Now, if I'm wrong and Trump does put a tariff on silver, even if it's just 15 or 10%, well, then I think that all bets are off the table, and we could see silver definitely push $40 an ounce until the markets normalize. There will be a normalization of the markets, of the silver market, and the delivery of silver and how much is going to come in, and that this will all work itself out. Then I think we'll see probably it normalize and see the price maybe come back slightly, or maybe climb or stay in the area of $40. After that, there's going to be a lot of resistance to $50. I don't think we're going to get there anytime soon, even with this, and even if I'm wrong and there's a tariff put on silver, which I highly doubt. So I think we should prepare for a possible pullback, and I am not buying at this time. I'm not buying, and and that's just it. It'd be very easy for me to say, hey, it's going to go higher. It's going to go to $50 an ounce. Buy your silver from the channel sponsor. Do it now. No, it would not be right for me to tell you to do that, because I strongly feel that it's going to come back. I really think it's going to pull back. And this is just temporary. This is a massive move, a dramatic climb up. Usually these things have consolidation periods once the fear is removed and once the market stabilized. And even if the scenario that I laid out comes to pass and silver's price, and there is a tariff on silver, something's going to normalize and consolidate. But nonetheless, I'm waiting at this point in time. I'm not a buyer at this price. And now, could I be wrong on that? Yes, I could. Do your own research. Do your own due diligence. Buy whenever you feel it's right for you, with your level of understanding, no matter what I say. But I'm definitely not telling you to buy silver now. I'm not advising you to based off of what I have seen in the past with the silver markets. But this may be a somewhat unpopular opinion, but hey, I'm taking the stand anyway, because we've been here before. We've seen this happen. Even very recently, we saw it happen. So there you go. Let me know what your thoughts are, though, in the comment section down below. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.